And welcome back. Thank you very much for watching the previous episodes and for watching this new episode. Today I wanted to focus on the thing that was my initial idea for creating this group. I wanted to talk about fear and anger. And the initial idea was really to focus on what is the source of fear and anger, how we can conquer it, how we can thrive out of fear and anger. And what I wanted to share is probably nothing new on the first stage, but it might give you much more background on some other aspects. So initially, as lots of you probably know, the source of fear and anger usually starts in here. Why is it so? It's because fear and anger usually based on our animal instinct brain, and this brain really is the brain that wants to make us survive. So initial response, like automatic response, is usually the fear, sometimes as well the anger, but more the fear about something that might happen if it already happened for us. The anger is quite similar, but it's an effect of some previous emotion that appeared and caused us some irritation, some small type of anger, and it tends to grow and grow, even in terms of having some microaggressions from certain source, if you can identify those type of elements. But more importantly, fear and anger might be part of our path to who we are right now, and our path is not only the path, the spiritual one, but as well the path of us as human beings. And human beings are set of different layers that make us human beings. The DNA, so really growing our genetic system through generations, our mind response, even the society experience that was accompanying our society for times. The society experience includes as well religion that we were brought in, and the religion's perspective of what can happen, what is the source, the things about heaven and hell, the things about all around, that you should be sorry for the actions you took, even though sometimes those actions were not really initiated by you, they were caused by external circumstances. And as well the fear of the community, of being always attacked, being always the minority, being always in a bad place, in a bad time, as my nation might tell about that one in this way. But as well, what might be useful is how really we can conquer fear and anger. Remember that fear and anger usually or most automatically happens in your brain. So one of the initial steps, one of the best steps that you can take, the practical one, is usually start to be the observer of what is happening inside your brain, and start really to question what is happening, start to get to the bare facts, not necessarily enable your previous emotions, your previous experience to answer or to influence the answer to the current situation, because usually it's over exaggerating for the current situation, and it's over exaggerating, and most of the times this over exaggeration does not materialize. So remember, being the observer is a first step into that direction. When being an observer, probably it will take you some time to be the observer. For me it took as well lots of time for different aspects, but after being an observer you start to be much more calm. You start to see the situation in much better way. You start to naturally see when this anger is growing, when the fear is growing. Start to question that. The questions are very good as well in really refocusing your mind on, okay, verify it right now. Do not take all those elements that you got, verify it. If the brain does not verify it, or if the brain is not fast enough, you might have a chance to have the verification from heart, because heart is the fastest answer, but hardly ever we hear it initially. Hardly ever the brain lets us hear the heart. The next steps are more important, and the next steps probably happen after you conquer, after you settle on this initial view that you would have. They go farther to the spirituality. The spirituality itself, in the pure form, not necessarily influenced by the religions, by really the knowledge, the soul books that tell you how it is and what you should expect. The spirituality is the essence of you. So if you touch the spirituality, if you touch who you really are, and you start to answer the questions, answer to the situation from heart, with all the joy, with all the beautiful view on what is happening, that all those things happen for purpose, and usually the purpose is specific for you in specific moment to give you the growth you need, then you start to resonate with the spiritual aspect of yourself. You start to let your heart tell you more and more about situations. You just dim the mind and let your heart answer, and that is already a step into spiritual path. I hope you will have more opportunities to test it on the live basis, and I hope for you that you get to the point when you start to hear what is happening in here, when you start to resonate with others by connecting with them through heart. It's totally different talk than you would imagine when speaking only mind to mind about facts, about the external experience. Just talk to people about life. Talk to them how they see life, how they enjoy life, what was good about what happened to them, and ask them what was good about the situations that they thought were bad for them. Check what is the answer, and probably more importantly, check the answers for you. Test on your own case. Check what has been good for you on those bad situations that happened, that caused much of a fear, much of an anger. was there a real cause for fear and anger to pop up? Do you think it's ever popping up because it's the real cause, or it's just the experience that goes from here? So check it out and be the best version of yourself for today, and be the best version of yourself for the future. Thank you very much. Enjoy the next episodes and see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Bye.